Morning, Judge Whitaker. I am requesting to be removed from the current case due to the length of this trial and how the state has handled this case. I can no longer be unbiased towards any decisions moving forward. Yesterday provided a glimpse of how the state presented its evidence, and I foresee another 3 to 6 months with the remaining defendants. Thanks. But then that's not what he really meant to send, because he said, I didn't mean to send this version, not the other one, with a minor correction. Hope all is well. When you have a moment, can you relay this email to the judge? Good morning, Judge Whitaker. I am requesting to be removed from the current case due to the length of this trial and how the state has handled this case. I will be biased towards any decisions moving forward. Yesterday provided a glimpse of how the state presented its evidence, and I foresee another 3 to 6 months with the remaining defendants. Thanks. Now, this is the same juror who a few months back asked to be removed from the case and provided no reason whatsoever. And so I just ignored it. I just said, no, you're not removed. Doesn't work that way. And so I think this is just a ploy to get off of a case that he's sick of being on because it's taking up his time. Obviously, we can have him out and privately, not with the other jurors around, and ask whatever questions we want of him. Willing to hear what anybody has to say about it.
I don't know from the court's perspective if this would be appropriate, but I would have no objection to informing this juror that it might not be 3 to 6 months. And I think it might not be 3 to 6 months or whatever he said. And I think that is accurate and honest at this point.
I mean, I think it would be fair to say we have no expectation that it'll be another 3 to 6 months.
In your Honor, we understand that he said that he is biased
towards any decisions, whatever that means.
Right, but he said it, but he specifically talked about the state and how the state is cleaning up this case. So therefore, the state would have some concern with the juror not being able to remain fair and impartial, given what his language was. He didn't say to either side. He said specifically to the state.
No, he didn't. He said, I will be biased towards any decisions moving forward. Yesterday provided a glimpse of how the state presented its evidence, and I foresee another 3 to 6 months with the remaining defendants. And frankly, you have to start a case unbiased, but as you listen to the evidence, as long as you don't deliberate with anybody, you can mull the evidence in your own mind. And frankly, if y'all are presenting the case in a way that is driving a juror crazy, that's on you.
Maybe that's what we need to ask him, whether or not he still be fair and impartial. We would like to watch everything outside the presence.
I mean, I certainly think that would be appropriate. So I'm looking for some. Good morning.
Good morning.
So I am in receipt of a correspondence from you this morning, and I'm actually in receipt of both versions of it because you sent one and then you adjusted it, and my assistant had already sent that one to me, so I have both. And you seem to be expressing concerns about the length of the trial, and I've discussed that with all of the attorneys, and we all feel comfortable representing that there is really, it's almost certain that this trial will be over far before 3 to 6 months have elapsed. I think it is probable that it will be over before the end of this year. So I'd like to find out whether that assuages any of your concerns.
Given that you said probable, then I'll keep it as is, but I will, if it prolongs, then I will send out correspondence if it goes into 2025.
All right. Let me ask you as well. You said that first you said you could no longer be unbiased, and then you said that you would be biased towards any decisions moving forward. Is that because of your worries about how long the case might take?
Yes.
Okay.
I projected it when we first began this entire case. We were projected to be in, 6 months and then to a year.
Yeah.
And then given the circumstances in between, personally, I just feel like this is too long.
Yeah.
I love what I do for a living. I miss what I do.
Yeah.
And it's been hindering a lot of things from family and friends. And
Yeah.
things. And so since use probable in the sentence, and so therefore I can you're assuring that this will probably go for the 2024 year, then therefore I can still stay on board.
Okay. Let me ask you a couple of other things as well. I know that you were instructed with some version of entering the case and considering the evidence with an open mind and not reaching any final conclusions until the trial is over with. Can you continue to assess the evidence with an open mind?
Given the information that we just discussed, then yes.
All right. Okay, and can you decide this case based only on the evidence that is presented in the law that I give you, and not on whether you like or dislike anybody's presentation style?
Since you work that way, then yes, I can go along with that.
All right.
For 2024, this to be.
All right. Do any of the attorneys have questions for this juror?
I do not, Your Honor.
All right.
I do not.
No, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you very much. I'll excuse you to the jury room, and we'll have y'all all back in just a minute. Thank you. All right. Anything further about that issue before we move on?
No,
All right. Thank you.
Just briefly, Your Honor, I became aware last night after I got home that my request to the court to show the jury to pass around the bottles of the liquid, that was not an intention for them to take a shot from those bottles.
You did say sample.
I did say sample, so I guess a lawyer, which I suppose I am, would say I inartfully worded that, but that was not my intention. I just wanted them to be able to look at the labels, okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
I understand. The jury got a kick out of it. It was a little bit of levity, so, I didn't know if maybe you had set it on purpose for that very reason.
I'd left my shot glasses at home.
I didn't think you were actually wanting to give them samples, but I had to deny that in the way that it was phrased. So, okay, no problem with that. All right, is there any other matter before we get the jury out to start our testimony for the day? Okay, and who's our first witness for the day going to be? Okay.